Hello and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be sharing with you the biggest mistakes I made as an early entrepreneur, which ultimately caused me to close my business after nearly 5 years of growing it. I am going to be getting really vulnerable and open and transparent with you because I really want you to see the typical mistakes that we as early entrepreneurs can make, and if you are making these mistakes already, how you can learn to embrace it, not beat yourself up about it, and what you can do going forward. This is going to be a two-part series because there is so much that I want to cover and I don't just want to cram it into one video. So if you are not already a subscriber, click on that subscribe button so when part 2 comes out you will get notified straight away and you don't miss out. So if you are ready, I'm ready. Let's get right into it. The first biggest mistake that I made, and this is a big one, is not doing the inner work first. Not looking within and understanding what I want to do, what I'm truly passionate about, and what really lights me up. It completely dictated majority of the 5 years that I was growing my business because I was looking at what other people were doing, I was listening to what other people were recommending I do, and not understanding that I can take all of that, see whether it does resonate with me, and if it does, great. If it doesn't, then take that information and just let it go. You don't have to take it. Just because someone recommends you do something, it doesn't mean that you have to. But I didn't have that mindset. If someone told me to do something a particular way, I did it. If somebody told me I shouldn't do something, I won't do it. That really has such a knock-on effect because you end up trying to do something that you really just don't want to do. And we know what it's like when you're doing something you're passionate about, you're excited about, you have those really excited feelings. But when you're doing something you don't want to do, you have that feeling like you're being forced and restricted, and it's just not a nice feeling. So a tip here that I want to give you is look at where you are right now. Look at what you're doing. Look at what you're creating, what you're talking about. Is it something that you could talk about all day, every day? Is it something that you can do all day, every day and feel really excited about doing it? So that's my biggest mistake, not doing the inner work first and understanding what I truly want to do, how I want to do it, and what truly lights me up. The next mistake that I want to share with you is not trusting myself more. This is so important, not only at the beginning of your journey, but throughout it. And in fact, it's important for life in general, not just your business. At the beginning of my journey, I did not trust myself. I knew I had so much to learn, and I look at the people who I perceive to be successful and I look up to, and I would see them doing things in a certain way, and if they recommended I do the same, I'm going to do it. But actually, when you trust yourself, your instincts, those decisions and choices that you make throughout your journey will always be aligned. When we listen to information, and I mentioned this in the last tip, when we listen to information and consume content, we are able to decide, first of all, whether it's something we want to keep, and if we don't, we can just say thank you but no thank you and let it go. When you trust yourself, it goes further than that because you are able to do things that you've not done before. You are able to try things that you've not tried before. You are able to listen to what somebody recommends and decide whether it's for you, and if it isn't, then let it go. When you trust yourself, you are able to make better decisions, better choices based on what you want to do, what you're passionate about, and what truly lights you up. And when you build a business based on those foundations, so much of what you do will feel in alignment because it is based on what you want, how you want to do it, and what truly lights you up. So a tip here, think about where you are and what you're doing. What is one thing that you just want to trust yourself a little bit more? You want to take that step out of your comfort zone and do that one thing that you're scared to do, or maybe something that someone's told you you shouldn't be doing, but deep down inside, you know you want to do it. Let me know in the comments below, what is one thing that you truly want to do that you are scared about doing right now? So my next biggest mistake that I want to share with you is around investing. At the beginning of my journey, and actually throughout the whole 5 years that I had this business, I was always having that mindset of I need to have a coach by my side. I need to have somebody. I need to always be investing. And whereas I am a strong advocate for investing in yourself, there really can be a risk of building up that reliance and that neediness of having a coach, rather than wanting to work with somebody because you know they will be able to help you progress and get you to where you want to be. One thing that I'm standing by now is whenever I work with people, I am always working with them and building their confidence and self-worth up in a way that whenever we finish working together, they will always come away standing on their own 2 feet. And that's what it's truly about. Not needing to have somebody, but wanting, having that empowering feeling of, I know this person's going to help me and I want to work with them rather than need. So think about what you're doing at the moment. Are you in a position right now where you are thinking about getting someone's help to get you to where you want to be? Maybe you want somebody to help you increase your self-confidence. Maybe you want somebody to help you start to share your story. Well, that's what I'm here to do. So let me know in the comments below, where are you at with your investing journey? Are you looking to get help? And what kind of help are you looking for? How many times have you had a really good idea and you just cannot wait to tell people about it? So you do that, you share your idea, but it doesn't have the response that you truly hoped it would. This is something that really held me back and is a massive mistake that I made at the beginning of my journey, which is always seeking external validation before I did anything. Now, I just want to make it clear, this is not about never sharing your ideas again. This is not about never getting anyone's opinion or support. This is about having an idea, going out there, sharing it with people, and if somebody tells you it's a bad idea, you then take that and then decide for yourself whether you want to go ahead with it or not. Because what I would do is share my idea. Somebody said it's not a good idea. I then believed that to be true and didn't go forward with it. Seeking external validation has such a detrimental knock-on effect on your entire mindset, your entire being. If you want to trust yourself, the only validation you need is from yourself. If you are going out there because you want to get people's thoughts or feedback, go for it. I'm so for that. I think it's a great idea, but just remember why you're doing it. Are you doing it for approval, or are you just doing it because you are super excited? And if you did ever have a time where somebody said, I don't really think that's a good idea, you shouldn't do it, take that information, take that feedback and decide for yourself what you want to do going forward. That is such a massive mistake I made, a massive mistake, because I became so reliant on other people. I became so reliant on people telling me it was a good idea, telling me that I'm worthy of this success, telling me that I'm capable of doing it. When you do the inner work and you trust yourself, it doesn't matter whether anybody, whoever they are, it doesn't matter if they tell you it's a bad idea, because you trust yourself so much, so wholeheartedly, that you're going to do it anyway, with or without people's approval. Like I said at the beginning of this point, this is not about never sharing your ideas, but it's about being mindful with yourself when you do that. When you want to share something with somebody, or if you want to get someone's thoughts, or if you want to get someone's feedback, why are you doing it? What are you expecting? Because when you do that and you are mindful, no matter what their feedback is, no matter what their opinions are, you are then able to take that and respectfully decline it or take it forward. So a little tip for you here is, when you do go to share things with people, ask yourself, why am I doing it? Why am I choosing to share it with that person? What am I expecting from them? What am I expecting from this situation? And just be mindful of, no matter what feedback you get, no matter who that person is, no matter how far along their journey they are from you, know that you can take that feedback, take those opinions, and really decipher for yourself. Just remember, the only person's validation you need is your own. If you are somebody who is always in the doing mode, you're constantly working from your to-do list, you're constantly just doing and getting things done, this one is really going to resonate with you. One of the biggest mistakes that I also made at the beginning of my journey that took years to work through a master is never taking time for myself, and if I did, I would always feel guilty. How many times have you felt like you wanted to show up on social media and you think, I'm just a bit tired, maybe you're feeling poorly, and you just don't feel at your best, but you've got that pressure that you feel like you should show up. So what do? You show up anyway. And that's exactly what I did. But what's the result of that? Nothing productive happened from that. I didn't show up as my best. People didn't really resonate with me because they can feel that energy of, I'm here because I feel like I have to be. Taking time out is also as productive, if not more, than getting things done and ticking them off your to-do list. If you are feeling tired, exhausted, you just want some time for yourself, take it. Because if you don't and you push through, then eventually you're probably gonna end up burning out. You might also just fall out of love with what you're doing. You could end up self-sabotaging yourself, which is something I always did, and you just don't enjoy the process. Taking time out is something that's so underestimated. It doesn't have to be a day. It doesn't have to be a week. It can just be taking 10 minutes every morning just for yourself. This is something that I learned the hard way. So what I really want to do is give you this tip to look at how you are structuring your days. How do you do that? What's the first thing you do when you get up in the morning? What's the first thing you do after you've got dressed and you're ready for the day? Do you get straight into your work, or do you take some time just for you? It can be 5-10 minutes to do a quick meditation. It can be 5-10 minutes to do a journaling session. It can be 5-10 minutes just sitting there on your own with your coffee, listening to music, or just in peace and quiet and just being with yourself. When you do that, your energy will thank you. It really will. If you feel like you don't have an extra 5-10 minutes in your day, I highly recommend setting your alarm earlier or just making it work so that you can have that time for yourself. Because when you feel good, when you feel energized, you are going to be so much more productive than when you don't. When I go through times and I don't do my meditation, or I don't have my journaling session, or I just don't take that 5-10 minutes in the morning, I notice it. I feel sluggish. It feels hard to do anything. It feels like I'm procrastinating. It feels like everything is just so much harder than it normally is. But when you take that time in the morning, when you take that time just for you, your mind, your body is going to love you for it. Listening to affirmations at the beginning of your day will really help get you in that positive mindset and help you feel more productive and ready for the day. I have created a couple of videos all around affirmations that will really help you get in this mindset, which I will link to the top of the screen and in the description notes below. Your mind, your body is going to love you for it. So there you go. That was part 1 of this 2-part series showing the biggest mistakes that I made as an early entrepreneur. I really hope that you found these helpful. Let me know in the comments below which ones resonated with you the most. If there are any mistakes that you noticed yourself making or have made in the past, don't beat yourself up about it. It's a learning journey. We're going to make more mistakes. You are, and so am I. It's all part of life. So instead of feeling bad about it, let's embrace the mistakes that we've made and the mistakes that we are about to make in the future. Let me know in the comments which one of these resonates with you the most. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope that you have enjoyed it. If you are not already a subscriber, I highly recommend clicking on that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on future videos, specifically the next video, which is going to be part 2 of my biggest mistakes that I made as an early entrepreneur. And if really learning how you can build up your own self-confidence, your own self-worth, and that trust in yourself, I highly recommend watching these 2 videos because that will really help you do this work further. So for now, I will love you and leave you and say thank you so much for being here. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you know anyone who you know this video will help, please feel free to share this with them. Have an amazing day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.